Hey everyone, this is just a reminder to be excellent to each other. The topics we're discussing do not have correct answers, do not have simple answers. They're complicated. Very smart people have been thinking about them for a long time and still don't agree. And so I encourage you to approach everything from this perspective that we're exploring here. We're thinking about these topics, we're trying to understand them better, but this isn't the type of class where there's going to be one right answer and we're going to find it and be done. I also do not expect you to come to this class knowing anything at all. That's very important. People often feel like they're supposed to know this stuff, that it's even a bit offensive if they don't know things, if they, say the wrong word about someone's sexuality or their gender or something. And what I want to tell you is that this class is the right place to be ignorant. This is the right place to not know the answers, to not know the right thing to say, because we're here to learn that, right? That's the whole point of a university classroom is to learn things you don't know. And so I really do encourage you to bring questions, to experiment, to ask things that you probably wouldn't ask someone outside of this context, right? Ask things that maybe feel a bit rude or a bit difficult, or that don't feel like they're politically correct or whatever. That this is a place where we can explore these questions and try and come up with more understanding together. Many of you will be coming to this with a lot of knowledge of some of the topics or several of the topics, and I very much encourage you to share these things. There's probably people who are more knowledgeable than me on many of these topics. But also, if you are someone who knows this already, who's very familiar with the types of language we use in gender studies, for example, please do be thoughtful and considerate that people who don't have that background, who haven't already learned that stuff, they're in the right place to learn it now. The topics we're going to be discussing are things that are very personal, and there will be people in the class that have experienced all the things we're talking about, right? It's very easy to think that something that isn't part of your experience or the people that you know immediately around you is strange or weird, or something that only happens to people far away. But the fact is, there will be people in our class who have experienced sexual violence, who have had abortions, who have experienced racism and sexism and homophobia. There will be people who have different sexual preferences. There will be people who have experienced all of the different things that we're going to talk about. So please talk about these topics as if the person is in the room, because they almost certainly are, right? And don't treat people as being different or wrong for having a different way of experiencing the world or having experienced the world. This can be hard to do, but it's important to practice. And also, do not cheat. There aren't a lot of opportunities for cheating in this class. The main thing is everything you write and post on the discussion boards should be your own work. And let me tell you about my citation policy here. If you're citing something that has been assigned for the class, so for example, for the opening week, misrepresentation, if you're quoting from misrepresentation, you don't need a formal citation. You can just say, from the film or from misrepresentation or whatever, because I obviously know that's what you're responding to. But anything else other than that needs a proper citation. It needs quotes. You need to say where you got it from. You are very welcome and encouraged to bring in outside material, to go look at websites that explain the book if you don't understand the book. But it is not okay to copy from those websites and put it in as your discussion post without citation. So if you're using anyone else's words, any ideas that you got from anywhere else, cite them. That's all. There are a lot of resources available at ISU, and you will find several pages of them in the general info sheets. You've already paid for those resources. That's part of your tuition, and it's an amazing thing about a university that there are people who are professionals whose entire career is dedicated to helping students in different and specific ways. and I really encourage you to take advantage of those resources. They are there for you. That includes counseling services, that includes disability services. I'm a disabled student. I spent a long time thinking that I shouldn't use disability services. I shouldn't go to that office because it wasn't me or something. I think, because there's some stigma attached to it. And when I finally did go, they were able to help me in ways that make a big difference to me succeeding in school. Librarians are incredible. If you're trying to do research, they can really help you out there. If you're having trouble with writing, if you're not sure about citations, the Writing Center is there. And then there's also resources to support you if you're struggling financially or in any other way on campus. There's loans and so forth, so you can see those here. So please do look at those resources. Take advantage of them. You deserve them. They are there for you.